Hello, and welcome to the next Assorted Crackers. I'm Eric. I'm here with Lee and Wilson, and today we're looking out the window at a beautiful fall sky. By the time this episode drops, it may be a little colder, but for now, you know what's on our minds, guys?
What's that?
Hunting.
Fishing?
Fishing. It's fall sports time. This is like the peak. It's time to get outside. And so today we're going to pull back because one of the best things about hunting and fishing are the stories that come with it. And so we're going to pull some of those stories forward and share them with our listeners today. What do you think?
That sounds great. Fantastic.
Let's do it.
All right. So, yeah, if you go, one of my favorite things when you go to Bass Pro Shops, which is one of my favorite pastimes, is going to Bass Pro Shops. They've got a big sign up in the front that says, "Welcome hunters, fishermen, and other liars." And I don't know if that's just because hunters and fishermen love to embellish their stories.
It's not outliers. It's
other liars.
Because
like they're just
they're not telling the truth.
They're stretching the truth. They're embellishing their stories.
You know the 6-inch bass, that you actually caught was really 4 pounds.
Oh yeah. I thought you were going somewhere else with that. But yes, that's an example of that.
Okay.
Yeah. More of an exaggeration.
Yeah. So today we're going to bring forward some of our stories. No lies. These have got to be true and honest stories because we're amongst friends. We're going to be honest and transparent with one another.
Absolutely.
So talk about just, again, so many good memories. Your most memorable, and Wilson, I'm going to start with you. Your most memorable duck hunt.
Most memorable?
Yeah, one that just sticks out that you always go back to.
Well, see, there's lots of them.
I know.
But what I'm going to do is, I guess, talk about the one that it was opening weekend with Will and John. Mm-hmm. And we got, I think, probably one of our better honey holes at the club. We got in there early so we could make sure we could get that spot.
Can you define a honey hole?
Honey hole is where the ducks really like.
Yeah. So ducks come every time, automatic.
You're going to get a pile.
I would say on a majority of days, yes. Some days, no. I mean, I've been in there and gotten skunked, but
you're not going to name the hole on this episode because you don't want others to know about it.
Correct.
But
Top secret.
But you set the alarm early. You rolled out of bed because you wanted this spot.
Yeah, it was opening weekend. We were staying in Jonesboro and at the Hilton Garden Inn. My dad went with us, but he stayed back. But Will and John and I got in the hole early. And so, it's just nice being able to sit there and talk and, nothing's going on.
Pitch black. Stars and owls.
About all and just the anticipation opening day. It's just, one of those things. And you're sitting there, you got the motor off, you're sitting in the boat talking, and you just hear, when it gets closer to time to start setting up, you can hear the ducks calling, you can hear the wings flying over, the wind through their wings flying over your head, and it's just going to be a special day. I mean, you just feel it, right? You see the stars, you can count the stars, you're seeing shooting stars, it's just a perfect morning. And so we got all set up, and shooting time was probably, I don't know, a little before 7, maybe. Okay. Well, you can shoot 30 minutes before sunrise, so whatever. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what, but anyway, it was.
Well, it moves.
It moves every day.
Yeah, it changes every day. Sunrise,
sunset.
That's a phenomenon.
Kind of crazy, isn't it? But so we were, and
so you got your decoys are out.
Decoys are out.
Guns are loaded.
We're standing next to our trees.
Just before sunrise.
It's still dark.
It's calm.
But you're seeing that pre-dawn glow kind of coming up.
The orange and it's starting to come up.
That's the best.
Is this like super quiet, or do you hear? What do you hear?
Well, you're hearing. I mean, you're not hearing anything. You're probably hearing a few motors run around the woods, and you're hearing ducks, right? Okay. And as the sun comes up, you can start to see them.
Is it just about getting to the coldest part of the day?
Yes.
I always find that right before
sunrise.
Right
at sunrise, yeah.
It's like right at sunrise. It's always. It seems like it dips a few degrees and then comes back up. But so you give a few quacks on your duck call, and they come. I mean. And it wasn't like glamour bunches, but it was, several at a time. And we were through with 3 duck limits in less than 30 minutes.
Oh my God. So it was just a shooting fest.
I mean, I don't remember the exact count because it was a 6 duck limit. So I don't know if one of us had 4 mallards and some of us had, we probably had some little ducks in there too.
But there weren't a lot of pauses between groups coming in is what you're saying.
No. And so we were through by 7. I mean, if shooting time was at 6:40, we were through by 7:10.
God.
And it was just, so then you're just enjoying the morning at that point. You know, you're still watching ducks, and we're picking up. And I mean, we weren't even calling, we were picking up decoys. And 2 ducks come in and land between, as close to me as Lee. I got wet. They splashed me.
That's a honey hole, Lee.
So,
and we're just standing there.
And you shot them?
No, we were through.
They had their limit.
Oh.
We were already
All
through.
they could do is wave at
So
them.
he was like, oh, you're done. I know. I'm just going to stumble. Just going to slide right next to you. Splash you a little bit.
I'll hang out here.
Sticking his
So
tongue
that
out.
was, and I don't remember exactly what year, but that was just one of those that just to see your boys just light up and to see how exciting that is. And you get back to the hotel and my dad is coming out off the elevator to come down and get breakfast, and we're through.
Yeah.
So it was nice. We got to have breakfast with him,
That just does not happen. That is a pretty uncommon morning. Now, did anybody miss, or was everybody on their game?
I'm sure we missed a few
but
times,
nothing stands out. Like
No.
you were just hitting everything that came. That's cool.
It was fun. It was just a glorious morning, and just those memories of being with the kids and, just seeing them enjoy it and just get hooked,
Yeah. Well, So can I build on that with my story?
Yes.
'Cause I grew up in Louisiana, and we hunted. We had mallards and gadwall, and we would just go out into the brackish water. And I mean, it didn't feel like we put a lot of effort into it. We had a handful of decoys. We didn't even call. They would just kind of come in and you shot what you could shoot. You go home, and it was fun. It was just like squirrel hunting or rabbit hunting or anything else. I didn't really appreciate the grandeur of duck hunting until I got up here, and I had not experienced a flooded timber, a Mid-South flooded timber hunt until you took me that first time. And I'll admit, again, I duck hunted, but it was I wasn't the expert on all the different breeds that are going to come flying in, and I just enjoyed being out in the woods. And it was probably the second time I'd ever gone with you, and it was about the same time frame. It was early-ish in the morning. The sun wasn't fully up. A pair comes in, came right over my head. I shot it, boom, and hits the water. I felt pretty good that I'd hit a duck. I go and retrieve it, and as I'm walking back, you're looking at me with big eyes, and you said, "Eric, that's a black duck. You shot a black duck." And I'm like, cool. I had no idea how rare and special a black duck was. And it was, thankfully we got a picture of it, but he just kept saying, "Wow, you got a black duck." And at the time, of course, I didn't really understand what that meant. I probably should have gone to the taxidermy with it, but I just brought that sucker home.
I'll send that picture to Lee to put on the Instagram, because the black duck is.
Was it a raven?
It was not a crow. It was an actual black
It
duck.
is probably one of the prettiest ducks there is.
Oh, wow.
It is. It's the size of a mallard, and it looks like a mallard because a lot of people get confused because it's very
They've
similar
got a lot
to a
of the
mallard.
markings, but they are.
The feathers are so dark that
They call them black ducks.
they look black.
Wow.
And the wing feathers are just a deep purple, and it is it's just amazing.
Yeah,
they're beautiful. I'll send you that picture because it is worth putting up on the gram.
I remember when we were taking pictures, you made a point to say, "Okay, put this duck in the front."
Yeah, you have
I'm
to.
like, and I'm thinking, well, okay, Wilson, whatever. But now I know. Now I appreciate it.
Well, and when you're hunting like that, and the ducks are, when you're hunting in the woods, they just get so much closer to you, and you can really and when they want to get into a spot, and they're fighting the wind, and they are, they want in
They're
there.
doing everything they can.
And I mean, if you could just watch videos of them just almost turning upside down
To try to work the wind.
to work the wind, to just drop in, and I mean, the landing gear goes down, those wings are cupped.
That was, again,
It is something to behold. It really is.
experiencing that for the first time. It was nothing like what I knew of duck hunting growing up.
And when they're calling back to you, when they're circling and working,
And they
trying
got
to get in there,
that head turn, looking down at the spread while you're calling them. Oh, you're locked in.
it's there's nothing like it.
So Lee, maybe between stories,
Yeah.
we can always count on you to give us something to try, some new flavors to bring to the table. And I
New flavors.
can't help but notice a couple of Glencairns sitting in front of me.
Go figure.
What did you do?
Glencairns, So today, what we have is we have a blind for you guys. And I will just tell you it's a double oaked blind.
Okay.
So I'm giving you a little bit of information. So we've got 2 different double oaks, and
Can you explain what double oak
I was going to
means?
ask.
that means it's been put in the barrel twice.
You mean put in and taken out?
Take out of one barrel and put it in a new barrel and oak it and finish it again.
So in essence, it's pulled all the flavor out of that first barrel.
Right.
And so they're going to put it in the second barrel and let it start aging again in that new barrel. Okay.
That's correct.
Or second barrel. Oh, all right.
Yeah. So and that tends to bring out obviously the oakiness of that, and sometimes it kind of softens up some of the flavors that you would get. It takes some of the harshness out of it and maybe makes it a little sweeter, possibly.
So is the second barrel typically charred like the first one? They're of the same characteristics.
Yes.
It's a dry barrel. It hasn't been.
That's correct. It's a new barrel.
It starts the process over.
It's just a new barrel.
Okay.
Yep. So what do you get on number one?
I'm getting a nice caramel.
You
is
get
very
the sweet
sweet.
notes
Yeah,
nice
this
off
is
the
nice.
nose.
Caramel. There's some.
I'm happy
vanilla.
right away.
There's some fruity in there too.
Which is interesting because a lot of times with older bourbons that have been sitting in the barrel, and I know double oak doesn't necessarily mean older, but you're getting it's a little thicker, heartier. You get the barrel. I'm getting much more of the grain. All right, so are we just doing one and two?
Just so you can tell me what you go through your nose. Don't forget we got our scoring system. You need to put in your scores and tell me what you think on that. So I'll tell you that
That's a nice finish on that though.
Yeah. You like that? So
yeah, and those legs. It's viscous. It's got a little heat, but not getting some cinnamon in there with that.
Yeah, get some cinnamon. I get a little cinnamon. I get a little.
Man, that's good.
That's really good, guys. And let me build on that. I mean, on the palate.
I accidentally blinded myself.
Oh, you don't know which one you're drinking?
I don't remember which one I put in.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out which one is which now.
You think you can figure it out by taste? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Listen to the confidence in his voice.
Listen to the sommelier.
I do. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
that's a nice nose, though.
It's a nice nose and a nice front.
Absolutely. So not too harsh. The proofs are not too high, or do you think? Do you think they're higher?
I don't think it's high.
No.
I would say it's probably 90.
Smooth.
You got one that's 90. What about the other? Have you tasted the other?
I haven't tasted the other one yet. Okay. I didn't know we were moving on. I was trying to stay focused on the first one.
Right. Well, I mean, we can have the discussion of either one of them. Taste them both.
All right. I think I'm moving on.
Yeah. Take it out. Check it out.
Okay.
I think.
Drink some water.
I think you can definitely tell that they're both oaked. I mean, one thing I think you'll find is that when you the oakier, the older, sometimes the bourbons are, you get a lot more oak, and sometimes that kind of in the back of your palate, the back of your tongue, on the sides, you can feel it kind of. Not a bitter taste, but it causes the tongue to draw up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's more tannins.
Tannins.
The tannins
from the barrel.
You get more tannins from the barrel. So I think you can figure that out too. So that's one thing you do. But I think that a lot of times double oak makes it a lot sweeter. And it's an acquired taste. I don't think everybody's going to like it.
You don't think?
I don't.
It's definitely different.
It's different.
It rides different. It's got a
that nose is different than
I don't
the first
think
one.
either one of them have a really particular long finish.
Yeah. Good nose, good front end, but it just kind of drops off. And I don't know if that's because of the double oak, but the one, it's not even a critique. It's just, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right. So any other thoughts on the bourbon? Do you want to come back to it in a minute and we'll discuss it? How about I tell a little story?
Why don't you tell your story?
Yes, please.
Story. So once upon a time, there was this little boy named Lee. I was deer hunting. It was my very first time to go deer hunting. I had my 30-30 iron sights.
Lever action?
Lever action.
Yes,
absolutely.
Sir. Winchester 1894, maybe?
Golly, Bill, it was awesome.
Or a Marlin.
Yeah, it was. I had no idea what I was doing. I was with my cousin, and he said, go to that stand over there. You know, he had talked to his friend who owned the land. He said, yeah, put him in Doc. I'm not going to say his name, stand. He said, nobody's going to kill anything over there. We'll let Lee go up there. So
he can't shoot straight with his iron sights.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. So I was just enjoying being in the woods. And so I got out there, and this was an afternoon hunt. And so we were getting ready to, we got out in the woods. I got in the stand, and turns out that I got in the stand. I didn't know what direction I was supposed to be looking.
Yeah.
I was backwards. And so when I got backwards in the stand, and then, gosh, what happens when you get in the stand for a little while and you're not really prepared? You got to go to the bathroom. Right? So I went to the bathroom right there.
Number one or number two?
Number one.
Okay.
Number one. Out of the stand. And then, a little while later.
Wait. You didn't get out of the stand. You stayed up in the stand and just peed down on the ground.
Just
it's raining.
Yeah. So next thing you know,
There's no reason to climb out, is there?
well, I mean, that seemed like a lot of effort.
I mean, safety, I think it is the only issue. You got to concentrate, but carry on.
So anyway, a little while later, I hear something, and I look out in front of me, and I'm backwards in the stand, and this deer, I couldn't tell how big it was or what it was, but
you knew it was a deer,
and I knew it was a deer, and I knew it had a rack. So
oh wow,
yeah. So I shot and missed. And it looked at me because it was that close.
It was a suicidal deer. Sometimes they happen. Like sometimes they walk up on you and it feels like they're over it. Like, okay, just get my life over with.
It looked at me and I guess he couldn't tell where the bullet came from because I missed him that bad. And then he looked down and started eating again. And then I just, I was whoosh, bam, hit him that next time and he dropped right there.
Oh my God. Yeah. And that was your first deer?
That was my first deer. So
do you remember how many points?
8.
Your first deer was an 8 point.
8 point, 14-inch spread.
And they put Lee in the stand where where there weren't supposed to be deer.
They weren't supposed to be. They hadn't killed a deer that big on that property.
Were they just
ever?
So were you just ready for them to come in? Because I'm sure they heard your shot wherever they were.
They heard
cousins
it.
Were shot.
They heard it. They heard the second shot too. And they were like, "Oh, he didn't hit him.
He's throwing bullets across the woods."
Yeah. So that the story goes. My cousin came over. We got the deer out of the woods. We got it. We strung it up in a tree, and we were going to clean it. And he acted like he was a real expert. Oh yeah, I've done this all the time. So he's out there, and we're holding the deer up and cleaning it, and he goes, "Look, I'm going to do the cut, and you just need to hold, everything apart." And when he says hold everything apart, he says, one thing you got to make sure you do: don't poke a hole in the stomach.
Yeah, or the gallbladder.
Right.
That'll mess up. That'll mess up the experience and the meat.
So I'm sitting there, and he's sawing on, and I swear I think it was like a butter knife. I mean,
your Boy Scout cub knife.
Gosh, it was like a Swiss Army knife or something. Anyway, this thing was so dull, and he was just sawing away and cutting, and then I'm holding it, and he says, "Just hold it apart like that, and don't move. Just hold it apart like that." And I'm holding the, and he pokes a hole right in the stomach,
and it comes wide open,
and he runs. And
like I go, a time bomb.
Where are you going? Where are you going? He says, "Just stay there and hold it." No, it was the worst.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Oh yeah.
Did it ruin I guess it ruins the meat, doesn't
Well, you can wash it off, but it definitely ruins the experience because your face is filled with the most rank, disgusting smell. I've done it.
Yeah. It's not pretty.
I mean, it's what the deer has been eating and trying to digest for the last 12 hours.
It was kind of like a green, like bubbly, It was terrible. It was terrible.
I bet it was nasty.
It was terrible. So,
but that for a first deer story, that's pretty unique
impressive.
and amazing. You talked about just being up in the stand and watching the sun rise and just
that's the best time of the day.
There's just something special about seeing the day start. Yeah, and I think that's the piece that gets lost when we tell these stories.
Just the quiet. You're left alone with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Period. Which is scary sometimes.
Yeah, you got to learn to do that.
But especially when you're with friends, I mean, you just have some real conversations and you joke, you laugh.
Yeah. It's going out to the woods. So my first deer. Again, I deer hunted growing up in Louisiana quite a bit. Never killed a deer. Saw a couple. We would do back then. It was legal to use dogs. You could run dogs, and so we would.
I never have understood that.
It was amazing, actually. So you would take a plot of land and just line people up along the boundary, and then the guy with the dogs would go on the back side and release.
That's called something. What is that called?
Release the hounds.
Dog hunting?
No, I mean it's like I can't.
It's a drive.
There's a word for when you.
Yeah. So the dogs would go through the woods and sniff around and poke around, and if they jumped one, you could hear them off in the distance. They'd get to howling, and so you knew
what did they do?
Okay.
Is that the way it sounded?
That was more of a bloodhound. These were beagles. I don't know how to imitate a beagle.
Okay.
But they would and so but if you saw the deer, he was running.
Well, that makes it a lot harder to shoot.
But we hunted with shotguns and buckshot, which again, all that's illegal now. Because it's not fair hunt. But anyway, all to say, we had some great experiences.
For the deer or for you?
Both. We had some great experiences.
More for you than the deer.
But much later in life, after I was married, I started hunting in West Tennessee. My father-in-law and mother-in-law had a place over in McNairy County. You've heard me talk about it. And this was the weekend before Thanksgiving. I was able to take that week off. Susan was still home with Jake. I don't think Claire had been born yet. And so she was going to meet us up there later for Thanksgiving. And so I had the woods to myself for about 2 days. And I'd been up in the stand. I got up in the stand at 6 a.m. It was cold. It was dark. And, sometimes you just have a feeling. And it just, as the sun was coming up, it just, I didn't feel like it was going to work. I wasn't in the right place. And so you're never supposed to do this, but after the sun came up, I climbed down and relocated and moved to a spot kind of on the edge of a cornfield that my father-in-law maintained. And I was literally just sat on the ground with my back up against an oak tree just to watch this field, kind of keep an eye on what might come across the field. And kind of like you, Lee, normally everything that was ever going to come into range for me was going to come from my front into the field. And all of a sudden I hear a little movement behind me. I'm going to tell you, if you don't deer hunt, you would think that a 150, 160 pound deer is going to make a lot of noise. They are stealthy.
No, they don't.
They are. So if you hear them, they're close.
Yeah.
And I heard just a little bit of rustling, and I slowly turned my head, and this little spike, cow horn spike, they call it. So it had like 4-inch tines, was coming up to my left. And when I say he was 3 feet from me, that is not an exaggeration. He was walking right over my left shoulder. Yeah.
Did you take your knife out and take him down?
I had to be so still. And I
slit his throat.
So on one hand, you're shaking and you're quivering and you're like, oh my God, this is happening. And again, I had not killed a deer up to this point, and I'm seeing horns. And so I had to let him walk past me. I'm watching him through my periphery vision, hoping to God the wind didn't shift and he couldn't smell me. And because if they smell you, they're gone. And he walked past me just where I knew his eyes couldn't see me. I raised the gun and I shot it maybe 6 feet. So needless to say,
Did you miss?
I did not miss. But I couldn't. I mean, it was a spike, but I'll always remember that, and it was the most exciting hunt ever because I still to this day I've never been that close to a deer.
I don't know why you didn't just like wrestle it.
just jump out of the chair,
just jump,
grab him,
just jump on it and like ride it
like
down
a cowboy,
and like suplex it.
Man,
come on.
God, maybe next time. If I ever get that close to a deer again, I'll wrestle. I will suplex it.
Please have video cameras.
All right. Well, I've got a funny story.
I'll take funny.
Okay.
Of course.
One funny?
Yes.
So I'm going to take you back to probably 1982.
Yep.
1984, somewhere in that range.
Mm-hmm.
I was with my dad and a friend of his. We went to duck hunt, and it was very, 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 very cold. And there was
into the 20s. Oh, there was ice. Yeah, you're definitely in the 20s.
Lots of ice, and it was very cold.
Very, very, very cold.
Very, 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 very cold. And so we get up there, and there's absolutely no one else up there. No one.
Because it was too damn cold.
Because it's too damn cold. And it was just the three of us. And so we have to break ice to get the boat in the water. We get the motor on.
At that point, weren't you thinking, I'm going home? This is just not happening? Or were you like, I've made the trip. We're hunting.
Yeah, we're trying. We're up here. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, that's never a good thing to ask. Okay, sorry.
So anyway, so we get to where we can actually.
The worst thing that can happen is somebody says, chickle gum?
That's another story. Hot dog?
Sorry, Wilson.
No, you're good. So we can actually maneuver the boat a little bit. So Dad backs up, runs the boat up on the ice, rock.
No, God.
So you break through.
That is just miserable.
So we run the boat up on the ice, rock through, back up, do it again. To just
you're literally moving 3 feet at a time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so
that's thick ice.
It was thick ice. I could stand on it. And so Dad guns the motor. I don't know how long we've been at this, but it was a while. And I guess he was getting frustrated and wanted to get going. So he guns the motor, jumps up on the ice, and we look like James Bond. I mean, we are sliding across the top of the ice. You can hear the motor whining because it's not in the water. And you're just, we go.
Was it breaking the ice with the propeller?
No. The boat is sitting up on the ice with the motor kicked up.
That sounds reckless.
The open water is probably 30 yards behind us, maybe.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, and so there we are. We're looking at each other like, now what do we do?
Yeah.
And so we take boat paddles and we try to break through with the boat paddle. Well, we broke boat paddles.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Wilson.
So we're standing.
This could have turned out real bad.
I know. And so we're just laughing like, what do we do?
Go back to the hotel.
So we stand up, put 1 foot out on the ice, one in the in the boat. So if you slip anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even remember how we finally got.
And you're in waders.
We're in waders.
So, yeah.
And so if you fall in, you're toast.
You're underwater and dead. You're a block
So how
of
deep
ice.
was the water?
It would have been a hat floater if you would have fallen in.
Yeah, it was. You're in the boat run, so
You're in the boat run, so it was.
You're at least 5-6 feet of water.
I mean, I was probably 12, 14 years old, so what do I know? So anyway, I think we finally break through and then get the boat turned around and then go back. I mean, it's just like we have to do it all. And we were like, screw this. So we went to Waffle House to have breakfast. But the whole James Bond, I mean, it was just, I mean, we were just.
Well, I'm glad it was your dad. Because if it had been you, he'd have been like, Wilson, what were you thinking? But
did y'all kill any ducks?
No, they gave up. They abandoned the
Good. I
land.
just want to make sure I understood that. Yeah.
Well, didn't hear a duck, didn't see a duck.
That could have turned out real bad. But
it could have been.
I know that determination.
Somebody probably said something that rhymed with duck.
Once you've woken up and you're committed to doing it, it doesn't matter what the conditions are. You're going to give it a try. Let's wrap up the tasting. But can I tell a fishing story? Because we did tee this up as hunting and fishing. I've got one. So it's a quick one. So remember, I told you that a trophy bass typically is considered 5 pounds. Again, I've given you my first deer story. I've given you my first black duck story. My first trophy bass. So my son was born in April, which is a great time of year to fish.
Yes.
And he had come home from the hospital a week earlier. And so he was newborn. My friend Alan Gentry and I, we were good fishing buddies. We worked together at AutoZone. We'd been all over the Mid-South fishing different lakes. And we lived on a little private lake, which is now where we built our cabin, that lake. And we'd been on the water. We'd fished this lake a couple times, plenty of 3 and 4 pound bass. It was well stocked. And I had been there, I guess, probably 45 minutes. And I was fishing a worm. So I was working the bottom of the lake, slow working that worm. And all of a sudden, I get a little tap at the end of the line. And typically that's a small fish. A big fish is going to pick it up and move with it. Tap. And I said, Alan, I'm going to cross this fish's eyes. Watch this. And I thought I could set the hook hard enough to literally pull him out of the water. I yanked the rod, set the hook, and all of a sudden it starts going in the other direction. And I remember distinctly Alan going,
shark?
It could have been at this point, except it was fresh water.
Yeah.
But Alan goes, Eric, you got a hog. And I was like, what? And the line's running. It's strip and drag.
It did this after you yanked the rod?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After I set the hook, it started running. And that was the first time I'd ever, normally you can turn the fish's head and bring it back to the boat. This thing was not coming back on its own. I had to fight it. I had to wear it out. I bring it in. We put it on the scale. This fish was 8 pounds, which ironically was what my son weighed a week before when he first was weighed in the nursery. So I caught my first trophy bass was an 8 pound bass, which is exactly the same weight as my baby who was laying in the crib at home. Now that was kind of cool.
That's very cool.
That was kind of cool.
You caught a fish the same size as your baby.
Same size. I could have hooked Jake and had the same experience.
Yeah, Jake's felt hooked before.
All right, what are we drinking on these double oaks?
So we're double oaks. The number one double oak.
Yep.
So if we're taking it from the top, the first one double oak was Woodford double oak.
Okay.
Woodford double oak, 90 proof.
I was right on the proof.
You were.
Awesome. I thought it was Woodford.
The second one was Peerless double oaked. A little harder to find.
Because see, Peerless is not my favorite bourbon.
Well, which one did you like better?
Actually, I like the Peerless better, which is surprising.
Yeah.
Because I do like Woodford a lot. The double oak, I do like it a lot.
The Peerless is 108 proof. Okay. So it's a step up in proof, but it's I really think their double oak may be my favorite double oak.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I was pleasant.
I'm not a double oak guy. I think too many tannins and too much stuff to me. I don't always get into that. But I think that I do think that in my case, Peerless wins over Woodford today. However, Woodford Double Oak is a lot more available and a lot easier to find.
And it's probably a lot cheaper.
It is.
Well, I say a lot, probably.
It is definitely. It's about $60.
60 ducks?
$60. Yeah, $60. And then Peerless's MSRP of about 80.
Nice. I will say
I don't think you'll find it at MSRP, but because it's rare and it's most of the time distillery only.
Just to break ranks a little bit, slight lean for me to Woodford. I like that a little bit better. Slightly higher score. I like the front end better. The nose and the front end did it for me.
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
But they were both delightful, and they were both. I'm looking at my score sheet. They were both on the higher end of my scores.
That's awesome.
Oh man, good work. Well, listen, let's bring it home because again, the days are getting shorter. Fall is here, and we need to wrap this up so we can go hunting and fishing because there's not a lot of fall left. In fact, there's probably going to be winter before you know it. So
that's true.
It's been great sharing these stories. I hope everybody's able to get out and enjoy the time in the woods, and not whether or not you're hunting. This is just a great time to be out and alone with your thoughts, as you said, Lee. Let's just kind of take this in. This is a beautiful time, especially if you live in the Mid-South. This is a great time to be out here.
It is.
If you've had a long year, I mean, this is the end of a calendar year, so it's a great time to reflect. Where you been, what you've been doing, what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Kind of reset your mind and get ready for the holidays, and then also get ready for another year.
It's therapeutic, folks. Enjoy the outdoors.
Absolutely.
All right. You know what, Lee? We've got to talk about YouTube because I know that's still fairly new. We're still trying to build a following. And I know we also talk about Instagram and others. But I'll let you tell people how to find us.
First of all, you can find us on Instagram at 3 Assorted Crackers. We'd love for you to follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube at 3 Assorted Crackers. All one word, contiguous, and it's the number 3 in both instances. And
Lee has been putting out some amazing reels and shorts and great videos in addition to some fun fit photos. We'll pull forward some of our photos of the black duck and the big bass and some of the other first bucks maybe.
Absolutely. And you can also find us and send us an email because we're always looking for ideas. We're looking for ways to communicate with our listeners, making sure that we're giving content. If you hadn't noticed, a lot of our content comes from you guys. So tell us what you want us to talk about. Pick a topic, pick a subject, pick something, send us some bourbon, give us some bourbon ideas or a cocktail idea.
Or just send us some bourbon.
Hey,
we'll take that too.
But you can't send that from 3assortedcrackers@gmail.com. That's where you'd email us.
We love hearing from you. We really do.
You could let us know where to meet you and we'll pick that bourbon up.
Guys, thank you for listening. We really enjoyed hearing from you. We've enjoyed some of these story ideas. We're approaching the holiday season. We cannot wait to do some more of this for you. So thank you. Wilson, I'm going to let you bring us home. What do we say?
Don't go stale and always be willing to try new flavors.
Hear, hear.
Amen.
Bye, guys. Trying to get his heart rate down, his blood pressure down. We need to do another blood pressure screening.
I get excited about this stuff.
That was fun, except when I pour it in the sink. Golly.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
It smelled good when I poured it in the sink.